Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of J Coon Presents. So it's my first day off since I came back from Anime USA, so I actually have the time to do the con report video. So this past weekend, I went to Anime USA again. It's normally in Crystal City, but this time they actually moved it to DC. I think it was like a Marriott or something like that. I don't remember exactly the hotel, but I do remember very distinctly that it was right across the street from the Omni Hotel, which is the hotel that used to house Katsucon. Overall, I mean, I made the best out of what I felt was a bad situation. I certainly didn't have a bad time, but it certainly wasn't the best time I've ever had at Anime USA, that's for sure. But, as usual, I have my pros and cons list. It's kind of short and sweet this time because I don't feel like there was as much to talk about this year as there was like the year before. So moving right along, we'll hit the pros. Overall, I mean, I got to see a lot of my friends. That's always a good thing. I had a ton of things to do on Saturday. Friday, I didn't really have that much to do. There was a open mic karaoke. I always go and sing and perform at that. I was a judge for the cosplay dance-off, and I always have a ball doing that. But outside of that, there wasn't really a lot for me to do on Friday. Saturday is where I was really busy. Saturday, they had us performing at the karaoke competition at like 11 in the morning. So, once again, I was having to put my vocal talent to the test. After, like, already having a wrecked throat from yelling and screaming so much the day before, and not getting that much sleep, because I don't sleep all that much at conventions. I have a big problem. Like, new environment, not my bed, and I wind up just not sleeping all that well. But as luck would turn out, I wound up winning the tournament again. And I decided right then and there, because this was like the fourth or fifth time I had won. I still enjoy performing, but as far as competing in that tournament, I'm probably not going to do that anymore. I announced my retirement and expressed my desire to come back as a judge. So I kind of have that to look forward to next year if I go back. Saturday afternoon, I got into my Master Chief armor, since I felt that would be a good decision cosplay-wise, since Halo 4 just dropped the Tuesday before we left. There's a lot of buzz going around about it, so it seemed like a very good fit. Put on Master Chief, and get all the exposure you want. And wound up hanging out with my friend Tony, who was dressed as the Red Ranger from Power Rangers. And needless to say, a lot of y'all have already seen my Facebook photos. That brought up a lot of interesting photo ops and a lot of really funny opportunity photo ops as well. There was a lot of really good competition at the convention as well. The game room was always full with people that were very good at the games they were playing. I played Mortal Kombat. Unfortunately, it felt like I was the only one still playing the game. I ripped apart everyone I ran into. The Marvel tournament, I haven't really been playing Marvel, so I mean, that's my own fault. I haven't really been practicing. Halo 4 has kind of got me by the balls right now. But with me considering taking that to a competitive level, that's not entirely a bad thing. But a lot of really good Marvel players. I ran a set with Ryan, and then a special treat for me at least, I ran like an hour and a half long set with DJ Hoshin. He's one of the more higher caliber players out there. He certainly beat the shit out of me. He really did. But you could really see that progression the more we were playing, where it was he was stomping me mercilessly to, okay, I'm getting like one, maybe two characters off him per match, then to a few matches where he was barely winning. So it was really nice to see that progression and me adapting to my opponent. It makes me feel good to see me improving as a player. As far as the tournament went, Marvel is notorious for just random shit happening, and just out of nowhere you lose, and that's pretty much what happened to me in the Marvel tournament. I wasn't that broken up about it because it's Marvel. It's no big deal. The Tekken tournament, all the way up until the tournament, I was playing Tekken for a few hours in the game room, and I was ripping apart everybody I saw. Um, who was it? I fought my friend Jason Alexander. Um, beat him mercilessly. I kind of felt bad afterwards because it was kind of cheap. But come tournament time, won my first match, and then I ran up against somebody who really knew what he was doing. And like he would do like this really quick combo with like this really quick sweep at the bottom, and I'm like, all right, there's the sweep, parry it. Why am I on the ground? And then he would do it again. I was like, all right, there goes the sweep, parry it. I'm on the ground again. And before I knew it, that match was over. And because the tournament was only single elimination, that was it for me. I was out of the tournament. But I didn't feel as bad when I found out that the guy that beat me was the guy that wound up winning the tournament. So, while I certainly wanted to win, excuse me, it didn't feel as shameful to lose to the guy that won the whole thing. And he didn't lose a single match, so that's not too bad. The cons of the convention, the location was just piss poor. Like, everything was spread out, everything was hard to find. You had stuff up on this level, you had stuff on this level that you would think that they would be connected, and they were just all over the place, spread out throughout the entire building. Entire sections of the building were blocked off. We weren't allowed to go there. It was just really, 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 really bad. Staff, for the most part, like, they did all right. They did what they were supposed to do. But the hotel staff, like, for a high-class hotel, this place seemed very poorly ran. Nobody knew where anything was. Nobody could answer any questions if you had any. And it was very, 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 very bad. The worst part of it, though, I mean, it's no secret. Anybody that's been to a convention knows that the later into the evening, people haven't been showering and keeping up with just personal hygiene, that the con funk starts rearing its head. And this convention, it had to have been the worst it has ever smelled, in my opinion. I took one step into that rave, took a sniff, and immediately walked out. It stunk so bad. It smelled like everybody in that room had, in unison, shit their pants. It was just, it was absolutely horrible. And after that happened, I was just like, it's not worth going in there again. I'll just, like, I'll wander around, I'll go down to the game room, see if they're still open, and play some games. Or I finally would just said, screw it, and I went back upstairs and tried to go to sleep. Overall, this has got to be the worst Anime USA I've ever been to. It's true that some conventions tend to wear down after time. Like, it's not as fun as it always is the first time around. You start seeing a lot of the same stuff. And that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to have a bad time. But when everybody at the convention just kind of seems like they're just going through the motions, maybe it's really time to move on. And that's what I kind of feel like has come to pass with me and Anime USA and a couple of the other conventions I've been to as well, where I have just gone for so long that I need a change of scenery and I need to go see something new. It's not that I don't want to do conventions anymore. It's just time to go to some new ones. And like I said, I think that time has come with Anime USA. And I got word of a convention in Detroit called YumaCon. And this convention has actually become a tournament major. It's always the weekend for Anime USA, so that has always kept me from going to it. But once I found out that this is a tournament major now, that really gave me more incentive to go. So I think I'll definitely be checking out YumaCon in Detroit next year instead of traveling to DC and going to Anime USA for a 10th time. But that's pretty much all I have to shed light on as far as the convention goes. Wasn't bad, but then again, it wasn't really that good either. But moving on to the people to thank, honorable mentions, all that wonderful stuff. Definitely want to thank Tony, Afro, Tyrone, Ryan, Cuba Rob, Sheikah Scott, Alicia, Shelby, Hillary, Charles, Nastasia, Johnny, Maki, Lewis, Jamie, of course, Nicole. Nicole always takes care of me. I definitely appreciate that. DJ Hoshin, I really appreciate you running that long of a set with me. I understand it was at nighttime. You definitely said that you had stuff that you needed to do, like at one point, and then we wound up running like 10 more matches. So that was really cool of you. I appreciate that. Kyle, NGA Gaming, I definitely appreciate all the insight you gave me, and I will definitely be keeping it in mind. And just everybody that was there that took time out of their schedule to try and make this convention as fun as they possibly could for everybody. I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that took the time to talk to me, that took photos of me, cheered me on at the performances, and all that wonderful stuff. I really appreciate it. You guys make all the time and effort worth it. And that's pretty much going to wrap up the con video for Anime USA. So I definitely thank y'all for watching. Definitely make sure to like and subscribe. Spread the word about the videos. Let's try and get some more views up on this thing. And next up on the agenda, it may take a week or two to get this done, just because of work, practice, and the time and place I actually wind up getting my hands on it. But the next video, I am happy to say, is going to be a out-of-the-box and first impressions of the Nintendo Wii U. So thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time.